Sorry, we got interrupted. Basically, a consultant has planned ahead of time, and she'll yell out a letter of the alphabet, and the audience is to yell out the food that starts with that letter. She gives them a ticket, and then she says a message about her show. For instance, she would yell out B, and someone might yell broccoli, and she says, booking a party is one of the best ways that you can have fun with your friends and earn great free products and learn a new recipe. She might say T, and they would yell out tomato, and she says, join my team because we are looking for new consultants, and I would love to have you be a part of my team. You get the idea. So pick 4 or 5 letters. You can yell that out. I went to a home party where the hostess said, I'm going to yell a letter out, and you describe our hostess, Julie, with a letter that starts with that, a word that starts with that letter. So she said H, and they yelled out happy, and she said, H stands for our host plan. And she went. So it was kind of fun. It was funny. It made me feel good as a hostess. So there's lots of fun things you can do game-wise. Don't think that you're too cool to do a game if you're being too serious. So find that balance, but just remember 100%. Your party needs to be fun. Things that keep us from having fun, we talked last night, is if we're stressed. If we're not organized, we didn't practice our recipe, which is why I'm going to tell you get good at 2 or 3 recipes in the next month. And that's all you do. Just keep repeating the same recipes because those are not the point of your show. We don't sell recipes. We get stressed if we don't arrive early enough and we didn't pre-prep ingredients. Have some things pre-chopped, pre-shredded, pre-stirred. Involve your hostess. I listened to an audio where someone said they never leave the table. They'll have the host run to the microwave, run to the stove, stay at the table, keep the stress level down, and really have fun. This is your fun job. The next factor was product knowledge. It says, are you bringing the products to life with stories and word pictures by using them in your own cooking? If you are not currently cooking with the rock crock, a deep covered baker, the manual food processor, you will not have the stories and you will not be believable. So learn about the products online. Take the great online training classes, but be cooking and talking, hearing stories and testimonies from your kids, your husband, your neighbors, and just have fun with these products. Just really fall in love with them and realize what a world-class collection of products we sell. All right, so that's one. The next one was theme shows. Do you know in advance what recipes and themes you are offering for the next 30 to 60 days? And what I mean by that is, again, you're going to get good at 2 or 3 recipes, and then you're just going to change the title of them. This time of year, ask yourself, what's going on in people's lives? Okay, it's beautiful weather. We talked about spring. Maybe you do a patio party, and you would say, Heather, I would love to do a patio party for you and your friends. Well, guess what a patio party is? It's a salad that you are really good at. Inside the house, you could call it, I would love to do a sassy salad show for you. It's the same recipe with a different title, just to kind of catch people's attentions. You can have a lot of fun with theme shows. Darlene on our team said she offered to her guests that didn't want to do it at their house a make a mess in my kitchen party. That was very cute. I've been hearing paninis and martinis on our new double burner grill. Of course, wine, cheese, and chocolate is a classic. Fajitas and margaritas, mimosas for brunch for a morning show. You can do one pot wonder in the rock crock. So really ask yourself what you want to offer in the next 30 to 60 days and be in control of that so that you can make sure that you're the one that's controlling recipes, not your hostesses. Don't let a lag go by and then they start sending you suggestions. You need to be on top of it and say, oh, and just so you know, next month we're doing, one pot wonder shows. I'll send you ingredients later. Make sure they know you have a plan. Show opening. Do you have a planned and practiced opening script? That's your next segment. Make sure you are not winging it. Make sure you remember the first thing people hear and the last thing people hear is what they will remember. That show opening should be fully planned and practiced in the mirror over and over. If you need a show outline, opening outline example, I will email you one and you can practice it. Next, are you involving your guest in your demo, physically and or verbally? Keep them close. We've talked a lot about this. That's where the red tickets come in. That's where maybe you make signs of 2, 3, 4 key products that are great for hands-on, and you put them on the back of you put a sticker on the back of a catalog, and who has the blue sticker? Oh, that means you're doing our food processor. Come on up, Sally. We don't ask for volunteers. We say, Sally, I need your help. Sally, you're helping me. And if they really hate it, then you just pick someone else. But for the most part, you'll get a better response than you will if you say, who wants to help me? That kind of makes people feel like if I volunteer, they're going to expect me to be good. And what if I'm not good? But if you just pick on them, they'll be like, okay, and they come up. So keep their chairs close to you. I did a show last weekend. I told everybody at our session it was so boring because the guests were too far away. I should have moved the chairs closer. I don't think they could see. They were not that interested. So make sure physically they are close to you, even if they have to stand up for a while. Okay, next is, are you planting at least 3 booking and recruiting seeds during your show to get the initial no's out of the way? We learned from Judy Joel that everyone's first reaction is usually a no. So if you can get a no out of the way by saying, oh, and next month when you host a party, we're doing one-pot wonder shows, and in their head they think, I'm not having a party. That's their first no. Their second no is when you say, now for those of you who decide to host a show, the knife block you're going to love getting for half price. Boom, I'm not having a show. Now by the time they've heard this 2 or 3 times, when they meet with you at full service checkout, they're like, okay. They're kind of, we literally wear them down, and we want to wear them down in a good way. So the other thing is, remember, you sell what you talk about. When you are super passionate about the deep covered baker, the food processor, you will sell it. And that's the same idea about bookings and joining your team. So be specific, be planned at least 2 or 3 times that you're going to leave a booking message and a recruiting message for your guest. Our next pie, we're almost done, is your show closing. Just like the show opening, it needs to be planned. It needs to be practiced. And you need to not worry if the guests have already heard you say it because they come back to another party. Half of them aren't listening anyway, so keep saying people need to hear the same message over and over and over before they hear it. If you need an example of a show closing, please ask me, and I will absolutely send you one. All right? And our final square or pie is, are you connecting with each guest one-on-one over a full-service checkout? A full-service checkout is literally where you get your future business. And if you are not doing a full-service checkout, you're kind of just relegating yourself to being a cashier. And anybody could be a cashier. You could ask your hostess just to collect orders if that's all that's going to happen. But at a full-service checkout, you've set yourself up in a semi-private area so you can have a conversation with someone. If someone's sitting there and they hand me an order and I go, oh, I'm so excited you got the rock crock, and someone in line is thinking, why did Sally buy a rock crock? I thought she said she was broke. People start making opinions of things. So be sure that you give them privacy to talk to them about booking a party, to talk to them about hosting a show. And talk about some struggles that we have with full service checkout. Maybe people just start throwing orders at you and you don't get that organized. Ahead of time, let them know when you're closing. I'm going to have a little area right here so I can meet with you one at a time. Please place your orders right here. I'll pull from the bottom and we'll take care of you. If anyone needs to leave right away, let me know. And then they've given you permission to do the full service checkout. And so at the full service checkout, you're going to put your hand on top of their order form, not even talk about the products yet. And first thing you're going to say is, I'm so glad you were here tonight, Heather. Heather, we are looking for some great consultants like you, and I would love for you